it would be good for me to say good morning, right? Good morning. It is your girl Tanisha Channing, Miss Inspiration. We are here with another episode of Morning Inspiration with Friends, and I am your host. We do this every Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern. And so before we jump into today's message, I want to share something that I am working on. I'm not working on, but I will be doing in starting this Saturday and next week Tuesday. So because I love talking about purpose, and I want to help as many people to start operating and living in their purpose. And one of the problems is that many people don't know whether or not that's possible, or they don't believe that they have a purpose. So I decided to put together a webinar. I have not done one of these in quite some time. So we are going to make that change now. So if you go to the link below, okay, let's go here first. So it's not on my link tree yet. It's on my Sand Store, and I need my Sand Store to hurry up. Okay. So if you go to the link that's in the description, it's going to take you directly to the webinar landing page. So this is Unmute Your Purpose, Clarity, Confidence, and Next Aligned Steps. And it's a free masterclass. So all you have to do is register. And when you just scroll down, you have the choice between this Saturday. And again, it's this Central Time because I'm in Tulsa. So you have either Saturday, the 31st at 11 a.m. or Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Time. So you got to do is just register and you will secure your spot, and you'll be able to be there with me and meet some new friends as we are focusing on unmuting our purpose, right? Finding that clarity, getting that confidence so you can walk it and you can talk it and you can do everything that you're supposed to be doing with it. So that is today's promo. So make sure you please register it. I think it's going to be a great. I haven't done one of these master classes in quite some time, but it's necessary. It's time, and we're going to get it done. So hopefully I see you on Saturday. I hope I'll see you next week Tuesday. And for everyone else, just tap in because we're going to go a little bit further and a lot deeper with that particular topic. So today I want to talk about, because yesterday we spoke about purpose, right? And the things that we do not need to forget about. So today I wanted to talk about, because I was on a thread. I'm always on threads now, and they were talking about purpose and using your gifts. And there was quite a few comments where people were like, I keep hearing people say, my gift is gonna make room for me. Like how? You know, especially when we're telling people it's not always going to be financially, you know, your gift is going to make room for you financially. It's not always going to be that way. So today I say, let me talk about this. Let me help you understand what this means on other levels. So the room that we're talking about is not a random room, right? It's not just a random room somewhere in the world that is just like, yeah, that's where you're supposed to be. But it is connected to your assignment, right? So your room is going to be connected to your assignment. So when we say your gift is going to make room for you, right? We're talking about your assignment. And the rooms is going to mean like the space that your gift is going to belong, that you're going to serve in, that you're going to expand upon using this. And so we have to make sure that we're willing to understand that, and understand that it's just not some random or willy-nilly type of situation. We also have to understand is that God doesn't give us gifts to just like decorate, right? So we're not supposed to just have this gift and just like showcase it as if it's like a new handbag. Like, oh, I have this gift and this gift is here. No, okay, so you have this gift, and so you need to actually start to use it, and it needs to be deployed. It needs to be like executed. Right. So same way that if there is any type of war, they have to deploy, the resources, you have to deploy your gift. The second thing is that your gift doesn't make room until it is used. Now we spoke about this yesterday as well, right? You have to use the gift. In order for you to get better with the gift, you have to use it, right? So we talked about strengthening that muscle And when you strengthen that muscle because you're using it over and over. So the same thing is here. In order for you to get into any room, whether it is literally or any other way, you actually have to use it. Okay. And you have to allow it to happen, because when we are inactive, there is no action happening, right? And you're inactive, there's no action. That means nothing is being activated, there's no healing happening, there's no change, there's no transformation, nothing is going to actually transpire. And you're not going to get into that room because you're not using the gift. You're probably ignoring it, you're probably afraid of it, or you just don't know what to do with it. And so this is something, that's the scripture, faith without works. It's the same concept here. You have to work this gift. You have to work this gift. You have to work this gift. If you don't work it, it's going to end up dying. And it is going to die, but I will tell people, the one, at least how I see it, how I understand it, is that even if you don't use a gift, doesn't mean that it's going to just die completely. God is just going to press it on someone else's heart. And this is where we start seeing comments of people on social media doing videos of like people stole their ideas. No, God just gave it to someone else because you were not executing. You were not taking action. He was making excuses and you was afraid, right? You didn't have faith that this was going to work out. You didn't have faith that it was going to do what God said it's going to do. Because the few times that you did it, it didn't happen then, right? And I get it. When we don't see something happening, especially when God shows us this. Right? So one of the first times I got a vision as an adult was God just like reinforcing me, like you're gonna be on these stages, you're gonna impact people's lives. He had me researching all of these other figures in Christianity over the years, and it wasn't happening. So in my mind, well, this is not gonna happen then. This is not possible because God, I did it and it's not yielding what he showed me. But we have to realize again, he operates with the end in mind. So that means that moment probably still hasn't happened, because the vision that I had, it still hasn't happened. But because until I actually get consistent in doing this actual work, right, and using my gift, getting comfortable in my gift, right. This is the reason why we're having that masterclass, because a lot of people don't realize that the reason why they're not operating in their gift is not because they're not good enough, is that they're not confident enough. They don't believe in themselves. Like, can you imagine someone out here just having an amazing gift to use and they just don't have the confidence? To them, it's just like, okay, no, we need to use it. We need to put it into action and get it actually going. That is how your gift is going to make room for you. How can people find you, right? How can people know to even bring you to do something, in their business, in their community, at their church, anywhere, if you're not using it, right? So us using it is also a form of advertisement. So until we start to actually use it and people start to see us, this is how we're not seeing the success that we're looking for, because we have not used it. And those people are looking for you to use it. Ooh, excuse me. I swear this, I gotta find a dermatologist out here. Ooh, that just hurts so bad. So the third thing is that the reason why a lot of us, we don't understand this saying is because we're physically looking for a literal room, and you're not understanding that that room is not going to look like what you expected it. Right. And I think this is also a lot of people's problem when it comes to just faith overall, is that so many people are still trying to make sense of this room. So they're thinking, and from a logical standpoint, they're thinking literally, like, okay, so there is a room somewhere out here. I belong in that room. I'm going to do great in that room, but I don't see how this room is going to look. And so it could be a small start, right? Um, that room can also be a hard season, a dry season. I know that 2016 is definitely was 2016 to 2017 was dry seasons, but I was using my gift and opportunities were opening up. Sometimes the room is going to look like quiet opportunity. So it's not always going to be big productions where a whole bunch of people are going to just know you. And everybody's going to be like, oh, you're going on a platform, right? That first time might be on a platform with just 10 people, right? But is that 10 people's lives that you can impact and influence and see some change? Absolutely. And that's what we should be focusing on, right? We should not be focusing on how glamorous the room is, how big the room is, how many people are in the room. If God sends us to go do something, we need to be obedient and just go and do it. Do it the way that God is saying, right? And I think it's so interesting, like right now, as of this time at 7:16, there's no one live on this. Usually there's some people live, but today there's no one live. And I was watching, um, I was on Threads yesterday, and Nikki, this is Nikki, that's her handle. She had said, sometimes it's just you and the camera, right? And I remember last week someone had made a comment to me, and it was like, yo, I don't know, I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't just sit there and give it my all and have all this energy, especially at early in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. I need an audience, and it's just like we can't have that mindset. See, I had to adapt to the mindset of anywhere that God is going to send me is still going to be purposeful, right? And the people that He needs for me to encounter with is going to receive it. They're going to find it. I just have to keep showing up, right? And whether it's one person, you show up, or if it's 100 people, you still show up, and you give the same energy that you would have given to the 100 people to that one person. A lot of people don't have that mindset like that, but that comes from understanding what these rooms really look like. And so I don't want you to reject the small beginnings, those quiet opportunities, or where it's just a handful of people that's going to benefit or have some ability to be influenced by your gifts. Go in there and show up and show out. You'll hear me say that all the time. Show up and show out. Show up and do exactly the way God needs for you to do it. And don't worry about how this room looks, right? The end picture is going to happen as long as you remain consistent. That end picture is going to come to fruition, is going to actually happen. So don't reject the room because it doesn't match your ego. Okay, you hear me? Don't reject the room because it doesn't match your ego. Because this is how you envisioning. Nope, that's your ego telling you. Oh, it's supposed to be 1,000 people. Nope, that is what your ego is telling you. Oh, I'm only successful if I sell 200,000 copies or if I sell something. No, that's your ego, right? It is definitely not what you want it to be, but it's exactly where you need to be. And I think that's the most important thing that we should be all focusing on is is this where God needs for me to be? And if so, let me get there and let me get there fast, right? So I'm gonna put this prompt below in the comments. And this way you can also reflect on that. Because again, so the prompt that I have today, and I'm just gonna put it in the comments and I'm gonna just let it come up. So where have I been waiting for a room to open when God's been waiting for me to use the gift He gave me? Mm. Where have I been waiting for a room to open when God has been waiting for me to just use the gift He gave me? That's the prompt that I want you to meditate on today. Yep, I want you to meditate on that. That's what I need you to meditate on. Because so often we're waiting for these doors to open, but God's waiting for you to take the step. It has to, something has to happen first. And the first thing that needs to happen is you have to start to use the gift. Those doors cannot open. Those people cannot know who you are until you say, I'm going to use this gift no matter what, right? This is why we here saying it's like humble beginnings, right? Use it. It can get perfect. It is going to get perfect as time goes on. Absolutely. But baby, you got to start using that gift because it's not, like I said before, it's not going to look like how you think it's going to look. It's not going to look like how your ego thinks it's going to look. This is the reason why a lot of you are not taking action. You're not using those gifts because you're focusing on all of the wrong things. And therefore, comma, those rooms cannot open. You're not even going to be comfortable because even if, let me tell y'all this, the reality is sometimes you won't even you be using your gift. Like, so I'm not going to lie, there's going to be a season, there might be a season when God is going to send people, even though you're not using the gift. Good morning. Good morning, Zania. Absolutely. It has been a minute. Yes. Well, I'm here every morning, Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern. So you are definitely free to come in. And I've been doing this for quite some time. So you have nothing but content to catch up on. Whether it's on Facebook, I would say go to YouTube because YouTube has all of the recordings, whereas Facebook is deleting them after 30 days. So you can go to my link tree and you can go ahead and get that. But yeah, so okay, so what was I saying? So yeah, so sometimes you can be in that season where you're not using your gift and God will still bring somebody. He will bring an opportunity. He will bring a door. He will bring a room. And it will be like, hey, we know that you do this. We need you to come do it. Because of how you're feeling about this gift, whether you don't feel like you're adequate, you don't feel like you're capable, you don't feel like you have enough practice, you haven't done it in a while, then you're gonna reject it. So it does happen, right? Sometimes people are not using the gift and God will still bring an opportunity, but because of your mindset, because of where you are, you're not going to see that. You're going to make nothing but excuses and you're going to block that. And then you're going to sit around and say, see, my gift doesn't make room for me, but you're not using it. And someone gave you an opportunity knowing just from your past. See, some of us, our past is definitely going to follow us. And that's a good thing. People are going to remember the great things that you have done. And they're gonna take that and they're gonna be like, we're gonna follow this aspect because we know what this person is capable of. But because of the season that you're in, the season that you're not realizing that my gift is important and that people needs it and God wants me to use it, that person's still going to come based off of your history and you're still going to reject it. And then you're going to complain and say that your gift doesn't make room for you. So that's why I feel like we just got to get into the habit of using our gift. Whatever the gift is, whether it's cooking, it's cleaning, it's painting, doing people's hair, making body butters, making lipsticks, brewing coffee. Like everyone has a different gift. And I'm talking about the gifts that are naturally within you. We're not talking about the gifts that everybody and everyone out there is going to school for. No, the stuff that you did not have to go to school for and learn. You might have done it because a lot of people do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you didn't have to. You could have went out there and maybe got a license from the state. You might need a certificate to state that you're qualified to do it or that you have the rights to do it. But other than that, you already have it. It's something that you can get started right now. So I want that to be a focal point. So before we jump off of here, again, I'm going to share my screen one more time because this webinar, this masterclass that I'm going to be doing is phenomenal, right? If you've been following me for a while, you know I love talking about purpose. And this is the reason why, right? Your gift is a part of your purpose. So I will be doing the Unmute Your Purpose, Clarity, Confidence, and Next Aligned Step masterclass. This is 100% free. The link is found in any description that you're following. So if you're on Facebook, the link is down there. If you're on YouTube, the link is down in the description box and you can register. This is completely free. I'm doing 2 versions. There's no recordings. So unfortunately, you have to make one of the sessions. But I'm either doing it Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time, which is 12 p.m. Eastern, or Tuesday, you can catch me also 6 p.m. Central or 7 p.m. Eastern. 100%, but we are going to start diving into this. You're not behind, you're not stuck. You're just one aligned step away from your clarity. So we're going to get this in motion and we're going to identify what it is that you need. So if this sounds like something that you're like, look, I need to get into purpose. I need to get some clarity. I need to work on my confidence. Whichever one, I need you to sign up and register, and you can find the link below. Oh, amazing. I know it's going to be great. I cannot wait to do it. I have not done these workshops in quite some time, and it's time for me to also get back into it because I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I gotta just keep showing up and showing out. Even right here in Tulsa, about to start doing some things here as well because I understand God is making the room, right? Come on, Miss Paula, where you been this morning? But yeah, so please, please, please go ahead and watch the replay if you about to jump off. But also I know you do, and I love that you comment hashtag replay. I love that. I want everyone to do that. But yeah, so definitely have an amazing Wednesday. Think about joining for the masterclass. Again, there are no replays, but you do have two opportunities to join this Saturday and then also next week Tuesday. And we're tapping in. This is why we're talking. This is why I know like all week I've been talking about purpose and gifts because we got to get into motion. Right, we got to get into motion. So I am your girl Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. Please make sure that you are connecting with me. I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place, but as always, if you want to get in contact with me about any of my books, my community, my courses, my blogs, please make sure that you go to my link tree. It's linktree/Tanisha Shanae. Inspirational Trailblazers will be the only people that will get access to the recording. So that is something to think about. If you want access to the recording, you can join Inspirational Trailblazers. It is $20 a month. And right now you can get 7 days free trial. You can jump in there. But they're going to be the only ones that get access to the masterclass recordings. But everyone else live, you can ask questions. It's definitely engaged. Like I'm not just going to be sitting here talking to you. We're going to have some conversations as well. So if you are interested, please make sure that you're joining. And if not, go to my link tree just to figure out how to connect with me. Oh, if you also need, because if you're on Facebook, remember Facebook deletes the videos after 30 days. So if you do need to catch up on any other old episodes, we've been doing this for quite some time now. I think 2 months, 2.5 months. And so YouTube has all of the episodes of Morning Inspiration with Friends. And again, I'm here every Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to about 7:30 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern. And good morning to everyone that is joining. Share this message, like it, comment, and let's just keep on staying engaged. And I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration, and have an amazing day with purpose, on purpose. I love you guys. Be well and be blessed.